Hi, my name is Katelyn Terrell, and this is my midterm checkpoint / reflection for the Education 150 class of Fall 2020 with Dr. Stefanski on Thursday nights. So I kind of wrote some notes. I'm not very good at just speaking off the top of my head. And first I'm going to go over kind of my reflections that have to do with the professional dispositions that we did at the beginning of the class, and kind of how I've changed. Even though we haven't been in school for that long, I do feel like I have changed in some areas. So the first disposition is that the teacher candidate demonstrates the behaviors of a pre-service professional. And I rated myself as proficient, and I still feel as though I am. I feel like this is one of my strengths, and that I'm good at being punctual and good at implementing feedback. I definitely feel like I have grown a little bit more in this area because I'm better at self-reflection. After doing that initial project talking about our different strategies as a teacher and doing that assignment, I feel like I'm able to self-reflect on like how I would want to teach, like how I would want my classroom to be set up. Although I'm not an education major, I do feel like setting up my therapy room and like rules for my class and that kind of things, I've been able to reflect on those and kind of how I'd like to set that up, which is nice. I feel like I've improved there. For disposition 2, which is the teacher candidate demonstrates the behaviors of an advocate for students, I put myself in kind of a lower ranking, although I do feel like I've grown in this area, mostly because I feel like I read it wrong to begin with. I thought that being an advocate meant that you had to be in person, and like I would have to have students and be around children, which is kind of hard in this time to even have observations with children. But I have recognized through my ASL class and through this class that you can be an advocate without being around someone physically, and just like being able to be more aware of different like student differences like we did in class, being more aware of like ELL students, for example, in the classroom. That wasn't really something I had thought about, and how you need to adapt a lesson plan for that. I feel like I've definitely grown, and so I would rate myself a little bit higher in that section. For the effective communication, which was the teacher candidate demonstrates the behaviors of an effective communicator, I put that I was distinguished, which I know like it feels strange to rate myself highly in that area, but I do feel as though I have professional communication. I feel like I'm a really good listener, and I feel like not only am I good at communicating through like email, phone calls, in person, I feel like different modalities just suit me, and that's probably the strongest area that I have. For my area of growth from the beginning, I wrote that I do not know a ton of different formats regarding student feedback, and I still feel as though this is kind of true. I don't really know, besides writing on papers or sitting down with a client and actually talking to them, how else I would give students feedback. So I feel like later in this class, I'm sure we'll learn more about it, and hopefully I'll grow some more in that area. For disposition 4, the teacher candidate displays the behaviors of a collaborative professional. I put that I did well with this by interacting with other professionals and having a positive attitude towards my superiors, which I still feel like I have that. I don't feel like anything's really changed. For disposition 5, and this would be the last one, this is that the teacher candidate displays the behaviors of a teacher leader. And I kind of gave myself a mediocre rating, and I wrote that I do take on leadership roles in relation to my major, and am committed to professional growth outside of the classroom. I feel like maybe I have grown a little bit more. I definitely have branched out because of this class and have done more research in areas that I'm just not very aware of. And as my area of growth, I had written that I could attend more activities and events at Columbia College, which I have started to do a little bit more. I've forced myself to have some free time and try to integrate myself into the college a little bit more. So I've definitely improved in that area. So in terms of the diversity project and peer presentations, peer review, all of that, right now, my outline is pretty solid, I would say. It's kind of like a paper, as you were saying in class. So I guess right now the next step would just be integrating. I did get the feedback from my partner, which was good. I think I just had a few grammar mistakes within there. But after that, all I have to do is write down some notes on index cards, practice a billion times, and then I should be good to go. So yeah, that's my midterm reflection, and yeah, thank you.